1879.
Okay, Kenneth, we are at 1879, and Chris Kelly chimed in that yes, it is correct. We had 7 new species in the 2008 Papahanaumokoakea Marine National Monument dives.
Fantastic. All right, so a young listener named Lucy has a question. I think this one's down to you, Emil, as well. How do you decide where to stop and send down the rovers? Who makes that decision and how do you decide?
The lead scientists work with the mapping team to see what we've got from our multi-beam sonar mapping. And if you're looking for biological specimens, it's a good idea to focus on a ridge of a seamount. A steeper area is more likely to have A, the hard substrate that's not covered with sediment, and B, strong currents that encourage filter feeders to settle there. Anything to add on that, Andrea?
Yeah, so, you know, when we take these dives are such a rare and special thing that we have a multidisciplinary suite of scientists on board. And so we try to consider the optimal conditions for all of the scientists and hit those as we go. So when we are looking for coral communities or sponges, luckily for us that those are filter feeders, so they are going to want to be associated with currents that can bring them food. And those often happen on ridges. And lucky for us, those ridges are also associated with rocks that have been most recently exposed because of the steepness of the ridges. So Chris, being the lead scientist, will look at the maps that we do bathymetry. So we map the seafloor and the structures of the seamount very thoroughly before we make these decisions. And then we try to find places that are conducive to the highest likelihood of success for all of the scientists on board and even doing science from shore. So it's something that we consider. Really, the topography informs us of what we might see in the biology and we might see in the geology. And ultimately, we make our best guess.
And we also learned from previous cruises, Chris's idea is that the sweet spot for corals will be between 25 and 2,500 meters. But there's some, give or take a few hundred meters on either side.
Right, and we also have, we don't want to get rocks that are too close to the top of a guyot because there would be so much carbonate there. So that's another reason why the geologists like to get rocks luckily around the same depth.
So all that to say, we have lots of goals and all the scientists put their head together and they look at the very detailed mapping of these seamounts and they put together our dive plan and then we go. And I would say we're always surprised by something, but they do a pretty good job of getting us where we want to be and seeing some interesting things.
Yeah, and Chris Kelly just chimed in and says that we actually had 7 potential new species, and to answer that, a scientist, terrestrial scientist participating is that that's a potential new species, and then a lot of study goes into that. So the taxonomy of a new species and the descriptions really take time. So that's something that I guess they have to really put a lot of time and energy into, probably multiple discussions as well. So that was in 2018, and that's still work that's being done now.
And I'm not fully informed on the taxonomy field, but I don't think there are a lot that are available to dig into your specimen as soon as you get back from a cruise. That's especially in the deep sea realm.
Oh, yeah, there are definitely a lot of rules.
thanks for your questions that are coming in on nautiluslive.org. We really enjoy seeing your questions and comments during this part of the dive, especially the descent portion, where mostly we're looking at blue water here. And during the ascent, which will hopefully be in about 24 hours. We do that in reverse because we're diving so deeply, it takes quite a bit of time to get to where we're going. So thanks for joining us.
Well, I managed to overshoot it by quite a bit, but we are 50 meters west from it. However, we are landing on a flatter area rather on the side of the ridge. So yeah, I wasn't too unhappy about this. I'm going to keep it here. And we're also in direction of where the dive will march on forward. So yeah, just pretty much south. I would love to.
So what is that closest depth contour to Herc's?
Give me 1 second. So we're on this north ridge, and the top of the seamount is over here.
Stephen, could we get a map on channel 3?
Yeah, so we'll just be heading up the ridge. And Emil, let me get that answer for you 1 second. Let's see, we will be landing around 2,550 meters. So approximately 50 meters shallower than the initial planned landing, which was at 2,600 meters.
It's about 15 minutes.
Fantastic.
And Nav, have you noticed the bridge having any difficulty maintaining station? I know Dan noticed some strong currents over the ridge on the seafloor. I wonder what the surface currents are like around here.
Yeah, I guess if we think of the last 12 hours ago when we were sitting in the same spot but further south, the currents were maybe about 0.7 knots less intense. I know that when we launched, we had quite a strong current coming into the aft of the ship or the stern of the ship. But yeah, the bridge hasn't notified anything super unusual.
So those of you watching on Quad View or on Channel 3, you can see a map that shows the position of the EV Nautilus ship, and the green bar there, and then Herc and Argus, our two ROVs, are represented there as well.
Actually, just an update on the depth. I was assuming 50-meter contours, but they're 10-meter contours. So we'll actually be landing closer to 2,600 meters, maybe just about 10 meters shallower.
Excellent.
So we're getting another great question from a listener. Have you ever been startled or scared by a sea creature unexpectedly popping into view?
Yes. I think a good one was the deep starry jelly that we saw off of Baker Island in 2019, that we were on along a steep ledge, and Herc was panning to the left, and this 4-foot tall ghost comes into view, just hovering there. Then put on a great show of its shape-shifting capabilities. But yeah, there were some oohs and ohs on that one.
I'm pretty sure that's a website highlight on the YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and find the EV Nautilus channel, you can see some excellent highlights from past expeditions, and we will be getting expedition highlights from this expedition up there as soon as they're ready for you to enjoy. Anybody else have a startling moment?
I would say when the I was on watch when the gulper eel opened its mouth, and that was quite shocking. We did not expect a mouth like that. So that was, the gulper eel itself was shocking, but when it opened its mouth, that was really the eye-popping moment.
Fantastic. That one is also for sure on the YouTube. I watch that one a couple times a week, and I'm amazed by it every time. Anybody else have a startling or shocking moment when a sea creature popped into view on one of these dives?
All I can think of is some ratfish that would swim in front of the lens real close and kind of catch you off guard.
Yeah, the fish are usually startling because they're just so quick to move into your field of view, and you're so focused on corals, sponges, and rocks, and you get this. I also had a cirro-toothed octopus on the Central Pacific cruise in 2019, and they are large animals, rarely observed, deep species.
That had to be awesome.
Fantastic shapes, yeah. I think that's had about 10 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
What's the species you said?
Well, it's a type of cirro-toothed octopus. I don't know that it was actually classified per species.
We have some viewers chiming in with their own startling highlights.
Their favorites.
Yeah, the gulper eels, definitely. I think for me, it was not a creature that was alive, but it was when the whale fall was discovered a few years ago. I was watching live. I may have been at work. I can neither confirm nor deny that I was at work at the time. And I just heard the control van, everybody said, "What is that?" And when it came into view and everyone got so excited and started sampling, and it was near the end of the dive, so they were taking whatever samples, and there were so many octopus and bone-eating worms and fish, just making their own little ecosystem there, and so that, I think that's my most startling highlight that I've seen.
That's a good one too.
That was when I was a viewer and fan of Nautilus, not sitting here in the van, but
yeah,
I was viewing that one live.
This looks familiar. That's it. Just looking at one of the sponges that we saw yesterday on the Okeanos Explorers.
Yeah, all those sponges seem to host at least one shrimp. And then one of them even had a squat lobster in it.
How do you say that name?
Oh, Rosilidae caulophacus. Parentheses oscidiscus. I'm not sure what the parentheses are about. Subspecies or alternate species? I'm not sure.
So again, as we're approaching the sea floor, we're getting ever closer. We would love to see some sponges that have some pigment. So let's not, if we see those, let's try to give them a little zoom in and some camera time. Of course, we have these coral cutters here because we're hoping for some great corals as well.
So it looks like those sponges have been seen at the musician seamounts.
Oh, yeah. Currently, I have several samples from the musician seamounts that I'm trying to date. Hopefully get some new information. 12 rocks that I'm preparing now. Try to understand more about the musician seamount chain.
So we are at about 2,300 meters below the surface. Have about another 300 meters to go when we reach the sea floor. As we mentioned at the top of the dive, the word seafloor. one of the ways to talk about the seafloor in Olele Hawaiian is Papaku. So that is included in the name of our expedition.
Which one? Oh, yeah.
We're getting closer to the seafloor. We're seeing more folks joining us from around the world. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
Tuning in at a good time.
Yep.
Yep.
Not that this past hour of tectonic talking was not a good time.
Shifted the world, man.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking of so many puns, but I just want you to know I'm keeping them on the inside.
I appreciate it.
I just
You'll let them come out as their time approaches.
okay, yeah.
When the time is right.
I'm trying to focus on geological time here. Can't put them all out there at once.
Serve no pun before it's time.
There we go.
So
Okay.
I did not see the whales this morning. I was sleeping, but I did see the oceanic white-tipped shark just astern of Nautilus as we were recovering from the first dive. And nice sighting.
Yeah, I only saw it when it was pretty deep, and then I saw it on the camera, the back camera. But I wish I could have seen it more. How large do you think that was?
It looked at least 4 feet.
Yeah, it was pretty big. It was definitely curious.
Yeah, we're only able to show you 4 different views on the on the quad view.
Get us far.
But we have cameras all over the place on the ship, on the ROVs.
We're closer to 2,600 meters because I was reading my contours as 50 meters and they're really 10 meters. So south. Yep. Maybe southeast to get on top of the ridge.
Southwest, maybe?
Southwest, yeah, sorry. Wow. Not southeast, southwest.
Oh,
something
What was that? I don't know.
reddish.
Yeah, we are.
went by on the Argus cam.
Mm-hmm.
It should be pretty flat.
Thanks so much to all of you who have been with us during this descent time for your questions and comments. Keep those questions coming as we start our exploration here very shortly. We'll reach the seafloor in just another few minutes. You can find the spot to submit questions at our website, nautiluslive.org.
They're getting close now.
Not far now. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? No, not yet. I'm not seeing anything. We're getting messages from all over. Yeah, we just got a shout out from Vancouver, British Columbia. If you were there, thanks for joining us. We hope that you are well after the intense storms that just hit that region. I'm from the Pacific Northwest, so. Oh, that was a big deal up there. When we do reach the ocean floor here in just a few moments, we will be turning off our mics and going silent for a few moments once we reach the ocean floor to observe some protocols. We'll give you a heads up when we're about to do that, but that's something that we've been working with our hosts here in Papahanaumokuakea Marine Monument to help us prepare to go about our work here.
Yeah, I can zoom it in.
Every dive here is a special occasion.
Absolutely.
Extra special. Every deep ocean dive is a special occasion, but we're in this area, we're on sacred ground.
Absolutely. You can learn more about this at the nautiluslive.org website. We have a couple of posts up there about both the naming of this cruise. Ae Ahiki Ika Papaku is the name of our cruise.
DVL, 4 beams, look at us.
And about the
Here we
monument
are.
itself. All right.
No, yeah.
So the ocean floor is coming into view. We'll give our pilots a chance to get themselves settled. It's our first view of the ocean floor on this dive.
Does, doesn't it? Are you on auto XY? Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great view from the Argus cam. Herc there looking for a safe space to land.
Nice clear water again. We had a few moments of turbid waters during the last dive, possibly due to some tidal currents.
Now our pilots and video expert are calibrating the cameras. It's an important step to bring you the best video quality that we can.
This. Gabby, when you're ready, I'm just going to reset the DVL to the USBL. Your bearings? Yep. All right. We are reset. You are welcome.
All right, team. If we are all set here, then
Yeah, let's figure that out.
Nav, are you set?
Okay, sure thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to invite all the members of the Corps of Exploration here in the van to turn off your radios. We're going to conduct a private ceremonial protocol to acknowledge and honor the biocultural resources that are present and that we are about to be interacting with and sampling. We will be back on SPL shortly, and just bear with us for a moment while we take this important step to prepare ourselves to explore and collect samples.
See. So, Herc is facing south.
Let's do some exploring.
Let's
Thank
explore.
you so much.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what
I'm
does it
trying to
mean
figure
that
this
we
out.
are facing upslope and facing 135?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm thinking too.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd love to follow the slope. It's easiest to maneuver the ROVs that way.
Okay.
If it guides us too far astray, do you think like we can just bring the boat back around? What do you think about that plan?
Yeah, let's go for it. So if you want to follow the slope, we're going to go in bearing basically what your heading is.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So if you're looking at the line that we have on the map, Chris actually came in and said, go ahead and follow the ridge. You don't have to follow the line on the path. You just want to follow the ridge and let the biology lead you.
Okay,
If that's helpful.
sounds good.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
But
Okay.
yeah, generally want to be climbing.
Okay, let's climb.
There's
Cool.
some biology to the left and
So
orange thing.
maybe in 30-meter moves at 0.2, just keeping them going, but the 30 meters allowing you to make adjustments to bearing?
Yeah.
Cool, let's do it.
All right.
Seen some biologies there?
Yeah, there's something
Yeah, to the
orange right in
left.
front of you, and then to the left in
Oh,
between
yeah.
those big rocks.
Bridge nav.
Kind of
We
bridging
move
those
30
the gap.
meters, bearing 135.
It's like a
Speed
coral on top of that
0.2
rock right near
knots.
the lasers.
Yeah.
That was 135.
Oh, I was the one who cleaned these lenses. That's embarrassing.
That might be a flare on the left one.
Oh, you think so?
If you do a little tilt, it might disappear.
Might just disappear.
Maybe.
That orange?
So kind of two symmetrical ones.
Yeah.
Oof, that was just going to land to look at the coral. Dan, you're killing me. Yep. Okay. Oh, you know what I need to do actually is I need to adjust my Z bias. That's what's missing here. 30. I was wondering why things were so weird.
Yeah, those orange spots are definitely flares.
Okay. Okay, let's give that a go.
Romulogorgia militaris.
Yeah,
Chris is-
Romulogorgia is that coral Chris is telling us.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Is that on his wish list?
Yeah, is that a collector? Chris?
He didn't say, he just named it. Chris, is that something you want us to collect? I can't believe he can identify it from that far away.
Yeah, really.
Maybe, but not yet.
Okay.
Maybe, but not yet.
Thanks, Chris.
Chris, for his spare time, he likes to look at different organisms and pictures of them. That is why he is so exceptionally good at doing things like this, because it is his life's passion.
I appreciate the spelling help, Chris.
In addition to our science chat, which has scientists on shore that are participating in the mission and scientists that are not on watch right now, but are on the ship elsewhere and are providing their expertise, we also have a way for you watching at home to send us your questions and comments.
Okay, so I think the issue that happened here was just that I was tilted too far up to begin with, right? Right. Okay.
This is a member of the
Okay, can we
family
get a zoom?
Chrysogorgia.
Chrysogorgia.
Chrysogorgia?
Yeah.
No, Chrysogorgidae. Finally.
Got there.
Let's see if I can fix this without. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a pretty coral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's oriented sideways, attached to that larger rock. I thought it was attached to the other rock, but
Maybe taking advantage of the Bernoulli effect, right? In that
Full
little
zoom.
tunnel where you get the speed up of the flow as it gets constricted. We think that this coral was named for the military lineup of the polyps.
Okay, go on.
But if not true, Chris and I think it's a good story anyway.
So Dan, when you're transiting, do you usually have, are you racked out usually with the camera? Okay. That's probably another part of my
Yep,
problem.
there goes those flares now that we're wrecked out.
Oh, I see, okay.
That clean dome.
I'm going to call another move in, same heading. We're
Okay,
coming to the
sure.
bridge, Nav. Can we move 30 meters, bearing 135? Thank you.
Are we full wide on the Zeus?
Herc or Argus?
Herc.
Herc,
Thank
full
you.
wide now.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. I know.
Looks like Herc's making a shadow puppet there on the
Yeah,
floor
totally.
of the ocean.
Looks like there's a sea cucumber potentially there.
Oh, good eye.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nestled in that little space on the big rock. And potentially right above us, it looks like we might, from the Argus view, it looks like we might have a sponge right on top of
Oh,
Hercules.
Forward, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just joining us, we reached the ocean floor a few moments ago, about 2 hours into our watch. We anticipate exploring
Okay,
this
sponge time.
Mm-hmm.
exploring this region.
Thank you for that. Very beautiful.
Very lovely. For about
Oh, look, on top of this,
24
there's going to be
hours?
some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we anticipate about a 24-hour dive, and we're looking for anything interesting, especially corals and sponges that we might sample. This is our first look at this area of this seamount.
There's a little coral there.
There's lots of good
Ooh,
stuff
oh,
up
yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Oh,
really
there
nice.
we go.
Uh-huh.
Corals are happy here.
So we want to start examining them now that we have the coral cutters on. See if there's anything
Looks like we're getting some fairly quick identifiers.
yeah, so the red coral is a corallidae.
Several different species of coral here all in this group.
The yellow is another type of Chrysogorgidae. Looks like a Chrysogorgidae crisis. So we're snapping pictures like crazy over here, trying to make a catalog of all the organisms we're seeing on the top of this rock. Then we're going to do some zoom ins because sometimes the identifications require close look at the polyps of the corals. So now we get a general idea of this community.
Wow, look at this.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay, can you get me a little bit of a zoom just to get a little closer on the near ones?
sure.
I think that's all I'm going to get.
There's a feather star in the back.
That's it.
That's a great Argus view, too.
Are you going to do the DSC?
Okay, go wide on the Hercules.
DSC.
Digital stills camera.
I think Steve set it up earlier.
Yeah, that's Steve's deal.
I think it begins when I log on bottom.
Okay, I think this is going to get me a better position to zoom. Okay, there you go.
Someone is asking if it's worth a Niskin.
Yeah, that was my question.
Oh,
See if
ML,
Chris
sorry, I
will
didn't-
weigh in there, but we see a nice variety here. So there's that precious coral, the corallidae.
There's full zoom there.
And it still has its polyps open there.
little star behind it.
And the Argus view is also
Okay,
beautiful.
go wide.
Wide.
Okay, so that's that little cluster there. Is there another cluster that you guys are interested in here?
I think if we look at, we want to look and see what else is going on in the back.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
get to the back row of this rock and see, we can see one that's a little lower. See, it's a bigger, there we go.
Ooh.
That guy, that's what we want to see.
Ooh, hi there, buddy. Hi,
Ah.
Wow.
Don't be shy.
Yeah,
I
right.
think that's another precious.
Mm-hmm.
My precious.
What is this, a bamboo? What is that?
Precious coral.
Precious coral.
How about that bright yellow one in the back?
Yeah, that bright yellow thing in the back.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll go see that in a second.
This is a beautiful picture. This is just
Stunning.
absolutely stunning. Maybe we want to turn off the lasers, get a still of that. One thing that strikes me about these, there's a sea star on top of the rock there too. One thing that always strikes me about these is they seem so oddly artistically balanced.
Video, can we zoom? Yeah, they really do. They're very harmonious.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if that's just a distribution of the mass, and so it's a requirement, but it's a common...
It's partially, they're like all in a plane and none of the like branches overlap each other.
Oh,
right?
yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that might be because of their relationship with the current.
Oh, interesting.
So it's most advantageous for it to form sort of like a sieve, so that
Right, exactly.
they catch as much of the...
Okay, can you go wide?
This is a Hemicorallium ducale, if I'm saying it right.
Science, are we going to keep moving from here, or is this a place you want to stop and sample potentially?
We haven't gotten any indication that we want to sample yet, so I don't know if we've seen any
let's keep
new species. I would imagine that Chris wants to see the other side of this rock if he can, just in case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked like there were some yellow...
Yeah, some
several
yellow,
different yellow ones.
spiny somethings over there. So we
Yeah.
just want to check that. Make sure
Okay.
we give it a good scope out.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we'll check this side and then we'll just keep moving.
All
Get
right.
the ship sort of trucking along.
Okay.
But this was a good stop. Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Nope, we're just still right now.
Yeah, it's worth pausing here just to fully take a good look at this rock.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kenneth, our scientist ashore, is saying that nature uses fractal geometry. And a good example here is the corallium. Fractal patterns of growth make the most effective and efficient coverage relative to available resources. Another example of Mother Nature's genius at work.
So would you characterize those sort of the precious corals patterns as being fractal patterns?
That's correct. That's what he's saying. So, and I guess it is numerically described as fractal geometry.
Okay. What's that, Dan?
So Chris is asking for a zoom on the large yellow coral there, if we can.
Roger. Okay.
I don't know if that's two different corals.
Right.
Okay,
I think it is.
Recline.
Yeah, you can give that
So
a
he's
zoom.
saying the yellow coral is a primnoid, but not sure which one yet.
Maybe it is one.
Looks like the top part might be kind of dead.
Yeah, sort of the skeleton-y. Oh, and then it's
Is there a shrimp? Is that
another. It's a gorgia behind it.
So is this all one coral we're thinking?
Yeah, I think that yellow is the dead
see,
portion
yeah.
of this primnoid.
Yeah, the one on top may be dead, Chris says.
I see.
And the one that's reclined
Spot lobster?
is a primnoid, and there is a squat lobster there.
I'm going to zoom wide a little bit. Coming
Yep,
wide
go
a little bit. Coming wider.
So we would want to zoom in on the healthy part.
Okay. That is doable. Okay.
Still not sure on the genus, but definitely a primnoid. So if we could get a zoom in on a polyp of that big fanning one, that would be great. Help them to identify.
Totally.
Totes.
Great views on the Argus cam as well.
Yeah.
If we're looking for a sign for this dive, I'd say we've got one on this rock.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And the leggy white ones are also a primnoid, but different species.
Wow, just on this one boulder,
Yep.
Yeah.
What's that?
so many species.
It's okay.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, totally. Yeah, I was going to try and do it without it, but it's sort of an awkward spot.
They look like Norella species.
Okay. There we go.
There we go.
Not a pretty landing, but it's going to get us the shot we want.
Exactly.
Zooming in.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
It's like they're closed up.
I scared him.
Great zoom.
Can you hit porch light?
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, nice one.
Some of them look like they're opening back up a little bit.
Oh, there's a little
Squat
critter.
lobster, yeah.
How's that, Chris? Is that working out well? Look at that squat lobster. He's perfectly camouflaged. He's like, back off. This is my coral.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Yeah, thanks. This is great.
Okay, are we
Yep.
good here?
Yep.
Okay,
So.
go wide. Oh, oh my God.
Oh, that is
Good
Just gives
image.
me goosebumps.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a still shot there.
You're grabbing away there, yeah. Pretty
Clicking
cool.
like crazy.
With that nice pillowy lava,
Oh my God.
pillowy basalt. It's like 4 species at least there.
Okay.
What about the star on
And the
top?
sea
Do we
star,
want to look
yeah.
at
It's like the top of the Christmas tree.
that?
Yeah.
Did you say you wanted to look at the sea star?
See if Chris comes in at all about that.
Oh yeah, we can definitely go look at the sea star. This is like a great place. Let's just do this forever.
Into the dive, still here.
We have moved a total of 7 meters on this 24-hour dive. And,
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be more like this. Do you guys want to go back and look at the sea star?
Let's see here.
Please look at sea star, thanks, says Chris.
Okay, roger. Sea star it is.
And did we want to get in this?
Oh yeah, thanks.
That's a good Argus shot.
beautiful.
Oh yeah.
He definitely looks like SpongeBob SquarePants buddy.
Patrick.
Patrick. He looks like a Patrick.
And Hercules is SpongeBob.
There you go.
I don't have a great handrail spot.
Right. Don't want to get too close.
Okay, Dan.
think probably good here.
For the Niskin.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see a request for one.
Uh-oh.
I think we're good here. Let's
Yeah, you want to
move
move
on.
it along? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and alternating with like total nonsense, but okay. Okay. Really just want a tiny little shot of this sea star so that we can get going.
Yeah,
There's a black coral
Yeah.
on top.
Chris is interested in a look at the sea star.
Okay, let's get a zoom. I'm just gonna do a quick flying zoom on this
Oh,
guy.
he says it's yeah, he says it's good. It's hard to maneuver and that, oh, there you go.
Oh, it's not hard to maneuver. I just need some practice.
Awesome.
Did you guys get your ID there?
Yeah, I think that was
Yes.
good enough for
Okay.
him.
Okay. This is such a nice rock. Thanks, Ocean.
We can go lasers back on, Dan. Thank you.
Okay. What does the sonar tell us about where we're heading next? It looks like, so is the right-hand meso Argus? Which meso is which at this point? Okay. Okay, so it looks like we're heading back to maybe 180 for this next move to go up slope. Yeah. Right.
There's looks like more nodules there.
Mm-hmm.
Kate, we can probably put in, let's put in a move just the same as before.
Awesome. Dan, sorry, I was updating our sound speed. What was your comment?
Some more ripples.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
ones
we've got,
are
it's 100
current
meters.
ripples, though.
Unidirectional.
Yeah. Yeah, and with the contours at 10 meters, we're trying to get something smaller than the actual resolution size. Yeah, let me call that move in. Let me bring up my survey.
And I think it's going to be, is it 135 that we were doing or 150? Or?
We were doing 135. You want to keep that or maybe a little bit more southerly?
Yeah, we can do, let's do 155. I don't know. Yep, I will head for it.
All right.
155. That's my number.
I think that's solid. I agree.
Okay.
Chris is asking about rocks.
Bridge, Nav.
None of the rocks look good right now. We want to see what kind of biodiversity we have too. I'm thinking we might start using that big box on the starboard side to put 2 rocks in because we might hit a lot of biodiversity here. You never know when we're going to see a new species.
That's right. So we have some viewer questions coming in that heard you refer to this as a pillow lava. So they want to know more about that. And they say it doesn't look like lava to them. So is there volcanic activity happening in this location?
So this is indicative of magma, lava that erupts under the ocean or underwater. And if you remember,
A little zoom video?
if you are looking at video of, say, underwater eruptions on the island of Hawaii, they come out in almost these bubbles or pillows. And you can look those up on YouTube, and this is what they look like when they cool over millions of years old. This is what they are, but
look
sometimes
at that forest.
yeah, beautiful. Sometimes we run upon ones that are perfect little pillows. And so these are diagnostic of lava that erupted underwater, which is the what we would expect to see. Yeah, those are beautiful corals. Little family.
I think one more Chrysogorgia, I think. Let's see.
Yeah, and a black coral.
Oh, black.
Kate, our next move can be 180. I think we're starting to get
Let's
to
do it.
the meat of this.
Maybe this is a bamboo coral
Marching up the
coming up
ridge.
here. Very long bamboo coral.
Where's the end of it?
Yeah, where is the end of it?
I don't know. Maybe it's a beanstalk.
Could you zoom
Who's
out just
to
a bit,
say?
Nav?
On the high pack scene?
Yes.
Yeah.
Get a little lay of the land here.
We see some more current ripples above the bamboo coral.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fine, that's fine. So, yeah, southwest. South-southwest. Keep us on the ridge.
Thanks
Okay.
for your questions and comments. That
Ready
keep
for
coming
move?
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Um,
Ridge, no?
Yeah.
Let me zoom back in. We just got asked to zoom out.
Okay.
Can we move 30 meters bearing 180?
Beauty. Yep. Sorry, say again? Yeah. Hurry up. Catch up. No, it's okay. There's definitely current here, and it must be why like all these corals are so happy.
Yeah, look at them off there to the right.
Is this like
Yeah.
is this a black coral here? I always think they look like quill feathers or something.
Yeah, if we can see the stalk, that's
think-
usually the indicator.
I think
Okay.
you're right.
Bathypathus?
Yeah, Bathypathus,
Nice.
potentially. It does look like the stalk is dark.
I'll get right in there. We can get a good look.
This other large coral behind it that's kind of
It's a nice color.
going outside.
Oh yeah, flaring. Please zoom on white fan on the right.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Man, I didn't
it
line up
says
for
black
that
coral.
one. Okay. White fan on the right.
Yeah, after the black coral, he says. So this one's lovely,
I see it.
lovely.
Oh, you do want the black coral though?
Yeah, I think he's in after the black coral.
Okay. Okay, I'll get you lined up for a zoom there. Okay, do it.
Zoom in.
Thank you.
Is
Leave
it
the
bad
black
that when
out.
you say zoom, I'm like, oh, I'm glad we're not actually zooming as in a teleconference.
Oh
I like
my
this
God.
zoom so much better.
So
The Brady
good.
Bunch conference.
Yeah, Brady Bunch conference.
Oh, that's hilarious.
This
Zoom
zoom is
dome.
so much better. Look at how it looks like it has some polyps on the back of its spine.
I know, I
there.
see that like little nodules.
Yeah,
or
I wonder if
something.
that's indicative or characteristic or diagnostic.
Okay, let's go wide so we can look at the white one.
Okay.
So do we agree that's a black coral?
Yes, it is a
Yes.
black coral.
Oh, did you get enough information about its base there from that shot?
No, I didn't get any base shots.
Okay, I'll get in there again.
So I guess those are just